I want to start this rant, my note from the GED section by saying Colin Kaepernick didn't do anything wrong by any standard. And having said that, I will say this. I don't know anything. I have never played professional football. I don't know what that gig is like, and I'm sure there are things I could never know. I never played that game professionally. But I have been a black man. And I have been counted out, and I've been maligned, and I've been lied on, and I've been cheated on, and I've done a lot of things wrong, and I am here right now because of grace. Despite all the things I've done in my life that were wrong, I am here because of grace. Not the chick, the blessings that come from on high or wherever you believe they come from. I believe that if you receive grace, you have an obligation to give it. You have an obligation to pay it back. Say, for instance, you were a quarterback and you got accused of fighting dogs and you went to prison for fighting dogs. You got grace and came back and were allowed to pursue your profession. You did it so well that you came within a hair of becoming the MVP after you got your redemption. Now you're on a train. Say now you are an intern with a team, possibly on the coaching track, or say you were one of the greatest linebackers who ever played, who was accused of a crime and acquitted of it. That is grace. And then you went on to win Super Bowls, and now you speak to presidents, whether we like them or not, and now you speak to communities, and you try to make our community better. You were given grace. Yeah. Grace is what you were given. And when you get grace, you should pass it out. It is a gift that you pass on, or it was worthless. When you are in a position to help someone else, you should do it instead of maligning them. You should do it instead of making it harder for them. Now, I don't know what it's like to be a football player, but I do know what it's like to be a man who was counted out and a man who was given a second chance and given grace. Colin Kaepernick did nothing wrong. And it's amazing that people who by society standards did do stuff wrong are now telling him what to do. Muhammad Ali is not too much different than Colin Kaepernick. I'm not saying their deeds are the same, but isn't it funny? They both did the same thing. One stood up and said, I'm not going to go to this war because it's unjust. I'm pointing out injustices here. The other said, I'm not going to kneel for this the national anthem because it's unjust. And America did exactly the same thing. It sought to take their money away from it. And there were people that did the same things. Oh, he shouldn't be given another opportunity, and you shouldn't be given another chance. But they were all given grace. Colin Kaepernick didn't do one thing wrong. He stood for people. He had nothing to gain. He had nothing and everything to lose, and he did it anyway. If Colin Kaepernick is not in the NFL, that'll be his shame. I mean, that'll be the NFL shame and our country's shame. But if you were in a position to help him and you didn't, that says a lot about you. If you were given grace and you didn't pass it back out, that says a lot about you. You should never forget where you came from. And I'm not talking about the place or the people. I'm talking about the things you've been through. If you're sitting in a jail cell wondering if you ever get a chance again, and you come out and you get another chance, you owe grace. If you're on you're in a courtroom wondering the fate of your life, and you get acquitted, you owe grace. Right. You owe it. Colin Kaepernick shouldn't be ashamed of what he did. America should be ashamed of what they're doing. If Colin Kaepernick, we're acting as if Colin Kaepernick killed someone. Wow. Matter of fact, if he had, he'd be in the NFL. That's a little note from the GED section. This is the D.L. Hughely Show. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughely Show.